Hey everybody, this is the lesson, and well, it's lesson 317, and we did 61 in the first video, and so instead of having a really long video, I decided to split it up. So hopefully if you're watching this video, you have already completed 62, or at least attempted 62. I know it's got to be very tempting just to watch the video and to copy all the answers down, but the question is, will you know what to do the next time you see it, say on a test? And the answer to that is maybe, but maybe not. So hopefully you're at least giving it a try. Again, if you have questions, you can try sending me what do I want to say, a message in Go Guardian. And you may have to wait for me to be done with the class in order to ask it. So not the whole class, at least presenting to the class. Because if I'm presenting to the class, I can't be stopping every minute to answer your questions, because I'll also be presenting this to the class, because I'm going to present to them live. They're going to use their packets for this, where you guys are going to be using Screencast-O-Matic, or not Screencast-O-Matic, but Desmos. So let's go through problem 62. Now Miss K's class is studying a tile pattern, and they're studying this tile pattern right here. So Miss K wants her class to graph the data in this table. Write XY coordinates for each point that needs to be plotted. So again, hopefully you've already done this, and you're just not waiting for me to write all the answers down. But what you would do is you basically would take these and you'd write them out in this format. And we did practice this last week. So if I did this, it would be 2. I put a comma there and I draw an 8, and then I do this. So that's one set of coordinates. The next one would be 3, 17. Now if you're doing this in Desmos, yep, you're going to be writing with your trackpad, which might not be that bad, because it may beat trying to write with a mouse. All right, so then here's 6 and 44. So that's what you would have for that answer. Now it says, when Miss K's students start to graph this data, they make mistakes right from the beginning. The diagram below shows how some of Miss K's students set up their axes. Your teacher will assign your team one of these diagrams. So we're going to go through them all in class. We only have 2 problems, 61 and 62. Now, if you're in Desmos, each one of these is its own problem. So keep that in mind. Each one is its own problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to find all the mistakes that the students made. The students set up these graphs. So let's look at the first one. And what I've done is I've included the set of data here. So look at the first one. And again, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you've already done it, and you've already tried to find out what the answer is. So again, don't watch the video unless you've already tried it. So this is kind of like an answer key. So when I look at this, they put a dot here. What's wrong with that? Did you notice that they flipped these around? Where it should be on 2, which is right about here, and it should be 8. So if this is 2, 8 would be about here. So their point should be somewhere up here, and they flip that. And that's a common mistake that people will make. They will get these backwards. They'll forget which one's the Y and which one's the X. So did you catch that? Let's look at number 2. Did you notice anything? Look here. They have the origin labeled as 2 and 5. The origin should be 0, 0. It should not be 2 and 5. It just throws everything off. So let's look at number 3, especially when they're so close. I know sometimes you'll have, breaks in your data, and that's one thing, but they don't show any breaks in their data. They just start out at 2 and 5. So let's look at 3. What did you notice? First of all, you have a 2 here, you have a 3. Where's the 4? Where's the 1? And then you have a line, and then you have 8, then you have about the same distance, but then you have 9, and then you go all the way up to 35. So what is that? 27, 37, 18 points. So the spacing in between these breaks is not even. And that will throw off your data as well, and it'll throw off your numbers. So it might seem like, oh, I'm just going to put 2, 3, 5, and 6 because this is what I have here. And then I'm just going to make this 8, 17, 35, and 44 because that's what I have there. But that's not how you do it. You got to space those out. You got to have them even. You got to include all the numbers so then the graph looks proper. Let's look at number 4. What do you notice with number 4? Here again, if we look at it, notice that there's 0 and this is 2. But when we go to the next one, that's just 1, 3. Then you go to 4, then you go to 5, then you go to 6. So this isn't spaced out evenly right there. This side is, you go to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 0, 0 is right down here. But the x-axis is not spaced evenly. So all these common mistakes will throw off graphs. So when you graph your data, whether it's here in math class or it's in science class or any class, these are some of the common mistakes you want to try to avoid. So do you have any questions at all for problem 62? 62 is a lot shorter than problem 61. So as always, if you have questions, make sure you get a hold of me and you message me. Thanks.